Yeah, so it's like as long as you push through the challenges, there's always a reward that's equal to whatever it was that you were going for, but it's like all the shit that you have to go through to get to whatever it is that you're reaching for. And especially if it's greatness, you know what I'm saying? It's that long road of just a bunch of life just throwing a bunch of shit in your path that you're trying to get over,
And it's the same thing, vice versa. Like, you could have it all, but if you don't see that you're stopping working for that shit,
right.
Eventually it's gonna fall and you're gonna wonder why. You're gonna be like, you're gonna try everything you can to stop it, but it might be too late.
But isn't that life's natural course, right? Like
yeah.
There's good seasons, there's bad seasons.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't know. I feel like when you come from nothing, you have a different mindset than somebody who is giving it all.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
But that's that aspect of like that person can fall down to nothing and his life be ruined. And the kid who came from nothing can gain everything, but still not have the validation or the what he was looking for, the happiness. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody's life is individual. It doesn't really matter. The challenge that you go through is all you. So yeah.
It's also like people have different definitions of success. Like I feel like you remember Mr. Harding?
Right.
He had such a one track mind, even though he's smart, he's very smart, he's very
English
wise.
teacher,
yeah, but he's still, I could just remembering the things that he used to say, he was so one track minded. Like he would try his hardest to convince anybody that like the way his life was, this is the way your life is gonna be. You know what I'm saying? And not even experiences, but just like end goals. So like if you did something a certain way, your outcome would have to be the same as if he did it. But it's just not true. People have different feelings, different success.
Success is relative.
Life. Yeah, exactly. Like
I always look at it like this: like you can give $100 to a bum, and that's success to him.
Yeah, facts,
you know what I'm saying. But you give $100 to Bill Gates.
It's a threat. Like it's something he would take offense to. You know what I'm saying? Like he would probably look at you like, bro, I'm hiring my men on you.
But it's all how you look at it, right? Because that was in the moment. That's in the moment success. You know what I'm saying? For that bum. Now what he uses it for is completely different. However, you give that $100 to somebody who knows what to use it at, like Bill Gates, and then that $100 can be stretched into anything.
Yeah,
exactly.
Easily.
So success is relative, but it's all about what you're going for.
Yeah, and not only just what you're going for, but how you're going for it. You know what I'm saying?
Are you speaking of the good and bad? Yeah, are you going for something bad, or are you going for something good? Are you speaking about that?
I'm speaking more of like an internal thing, like both physically and mentally, like how you choose to go about certain situations. You might think you have the key, but you're actually doing something wrong or something that might mess up your end goal.
I feel like it's all about growth and learning, right? Like you can never be more than a student in life, no matter what you're going at. You know what I mean? So the second you step outside of that range of a student is when you become ignorant. And ignorant will crumble you.
It will.
So.
And it's sad, but a lot of people just choose their life to be ignorant. Choose to be ignorant.
Well, ignorance is bliss.
Yeah.
So what you don't know can't hurt you.
Exactly.
Right?
Or what you pretend that you don't know.
Exactly.
It's a pretty good end.
You think so?
Yeah. Well, depending on how much time passed, I didn't even think about that.
Well, that's funny. All right, so depending on how much time passed, right? You could have wanted to do something at 20, but now it's 20 years later and you're 40 and you still haven't accomplished what it was that you were looking for. It doesn't mean you failed at anything. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on how you take it, because I feel that.
Well, no, I'm saying if you're 40, then you. Okay, now this is the way it should have been. You had to replan through that entire stage.
That's not failure. That's not failure at all. And that's something that people, at least in the first world I know, like they have a problem with that. Like they'll reach a certain age and just think like they can't do something anymore. Like, dog, I don't think you realize like we're barely out of high school in terms of years. You know what I'm saying? Like you really want to peak in high school? Like that's ridiculous. Like
right.
thinking, you feel me? You feel me?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
thinking that your life's over because you don't have $1 billion yet is ridiculous. Like it takes work, it takes time.
Well, that's what I think is so funny, right? And that's what it goes back to that whole statement of success is relative, because it's like, is life all about money? No. You gotta have $1 billion and be miserable. Now, if $1 billion is what you want to go for because of, I need my family to be taken care of forever, and I want my generations to be covered, and this is just my whole life's purpose is for the people that come after me. This is why I want $1 billion. Most people don't want $1 billion for that reason.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Most people want it for the in the moment success that we were talking about. I can buy this, I can go here, I can do this, you know. And they don't know about the stress that comes with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I'm somewhere in the middle. Maybe not even in the middle, but more the left. Like my goal is money, but it's not to buy materialistic things. It's just so I can maintain a certain. It's not necessarily for my future, because I'm really not even planning on having kids. But so when I say my future, I literally do mean it's for my future. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As selfish as it sounds, it's just my end goal. And
but it's not, because you have it for like a growth reason.
Exactly, and not only that, but it's like if I had like 100 million or just $1 billion, any amount of money that right now I think is ridiculous, I would definitely use it for the things that I feel I need or would have used anyways with that money. But for me, I'd want to like give to certain charities. And I'm not just talking about like a typical, when you hear charity, you hear like GoFundMe and stuff like that. Like I'm talking about like actual charity, like going to different countries and giving the people that need food. You know,
right. I
giving
definitely
people that
agree
don't
with that.
have clothes.
100%. I definitely agree with that. Yeah. I plan to do the same thing. You know, that falls under being a philanthropist. You know. Yeah. So I definitely plan to do the same thing.
And not just people, but for me, Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like yes, there's a lot of people in family, but like there's also animals that need certain things. There's certain trees. There's plant life, all that.
Yeah, so you really did. It's for the growth of everything.
Yeah,
everything that you want to touch.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm just not scared of being made selfish, at least in some sort of way.
Well, see, that's the thing, right? I feel like you have to be selfish to reach your goals. Whatever it is, you have to be selfish.
Even if it's a selfless goal.
Exactly. Yeah.
Just facts.
That's where the aspect of making sacrifices comes in. You know, not being able to be around people or family or certain people just because you're so focused on what it is that you're trying to get to.
Exactly.
You know,
or even being around people you'd rather not be around. That's also
big.
That's a big thing. Like having to put on a face.
Well, that's why I think it's important to go after what you actually want. You know what I mean?
Yeah, rather than like what you think you should want.
Because that's where the point comes in. It's like, you could go to college, learn how to, you know, invest, you know, economics, all different types of stuff. So that way when you get out, you can, you know, form a business and, you know, invest in whatever it's trying to invest to and make millions that way, you know, and equal that up to billions over the course of 20 years. But the main question, the main thing about life that I always ask people is, are you happy? Exactly. You know what I mean? Because that's such a loaded question, but it means everything to that person. I don't care about the money that you have. It's all about, are you happy? You know?
And that's exactly what it is, because people will think that their end goal is money, but for the people's whose end goal truly is money, that's why you'll see them do things with it versus just somebody that was told they have to go to college.
That's why I think it's important to the people that surround you. I definitely think that's important, people that surround you.
It is, because you'll I mean, especially growing up, you'll have people telling you lies all the time. It's and not only I feel like I always talk about like people have different definitions and facts really aren't facts, but I feel like the word lie is one of those things that's just, it's a derogatory term, but in reality, like, you can do a lot of good with a lie. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
There's many examples. just trying to think like protecting people, or I mean that's really all a lie is trying to protect someone or protect yourself. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that's the difference in good and bad. If you're trying to protect yourself, 9 times out of 10 it's probably something bad. If you're trying to protect other people or a certain area of people, something like that, you could really do good with that.
Okay.
And not only that, you don't have to lie forever. You could reach that goal you want and be like, yeah, the reason why I said it wasn't even true, but now we're here, so try and aid on it, you know. Yeah. I'm not really like that though. I'm more of like a speak the truth type person.
Old saying though, success requires no explanation, failure permits no alibis.
You know?
You know?
I never heard that.